Hello everyone. So I am your host here, Deepak Verma. Come with a new topic, the gene mutation. So as we know that the primary function of the DNA is to store information for the synthesis of cellular proteins. A key aspect of gene expression process is that the DNA itself does not normally change. This allows DNA to function as permanent storage unit. However, on rarely occasions, a mutation can occur. The term mutation refers to a heritable change in the genetic material. This means that the structure of DNA has been changed permanently, and this alteration can be passed from mother to daughter cells during cell division. If a mutation occurs in a reproductive cells, it may also be passed from the parent to offspring. The topic of mutation is currently important in the field of genetics, including molecular genetics, Mendelian inheritance, and population genetics. Mutation provide the allelic variation that we have discussed uh, within this topic. For example, phenotypic differences such as tall versus dwarf pea plant are due to mutation that alter the expression of a particular gene with regard to their phenotypic effect. Mutation can be beneficial, neutral, or detrimental. On the positive side, mutations are essential to the continuity of life. They provide the variation that enables species to change and adapt to their environment. Mutations are the foundations of the evolutionary change. On the negative side, however, new mutations are much more likely to be harmful rather than the beneficial to the individual. The genes within each species has evolved the work properly. The, they have functional promoters, coding sequence, terminators, and so on that allows the gene to express. Random mutations are more likely to disrupt these sequences rather than improve their function. So, for example, many inherited human disease result from a mutated gene. In addition, genes uh, disease such as skin and lung cancer can be caused by the environmental agent that are known to cause the DNA mutations. For these, the and many other reasons, understanding the molecular nature of mutation is deeply compelling area of research. Because mutation can be quite harmful, organisms have developed several ways to repair damaged DNA. DNA repair system reverse DNA damage before it results in the mutation that could be potentially have negative consequences. DNA repair system has been studied extensively in many organisms, particularly E. coli, yeast, mammals, and plants. So now, what are the consequences of mutations? So the first question arises: how do mutations affect phenotype? To answer this question, we must appreciate how changes in the DNA structure can ultimately affect DNA function. Much of our understanding of mutation has come from the study of experimental organisms such as bacteria, yeast, and Drosophila. Researchers can expose these organisms to environmental agents that cause mutations and then study the consequences of the induced mutation. In addition, because these organisms have a short generation time, researchers can investigate the effect of mutation when they passed from the cell to cell and from parents to offspring. So the first we have I'm going to discuss that the gene mutations are the molecular changes in the DNA sequence of a gene. A gene mutation occurs when the sequence of the DNA within a gene is altered in a permanent way. A gene mutation can involve a base substitution in the sequence within a gene or removal or addition of one or more base pairs. So here comes the point mutation. Point mutation is a change in a single base pair within a DNA. For example, the DNA sequence altered by base substitution in which one base is substituted for another. What are the types of base substitution? A change, now we come to that, a change of pyrimidine to another pyrimidine such as C to T or purine to another purine such as A to G is called a transition. This type of mutation is more common than the transversion, in which purines and pyrimides are interchanged. For example, T to G change. Besides base substitution, a short sequence of DNA may be deleted from or added to the chromosomal DNA. Then it is known as deletion as well as the addition of mutation. So I am giving you in a example wise in the next slide. See, this is the point mutation here. So this change to this, and this is the deletion. This 4 base pair patch is missing from, gets deleted and missing from this here. See, from this position, and here this 4 base pair sequence is attached here, this point. Okay, so this is addition, this is deletion, and this is point mutation example. So now, as we will see the next, small deletion or addition of the sequence of a gene can significantly affect the function of encoded protein. So, gene mutation can alter the coding sequence within a gene. So, how might a mutation within a coding sequence of a structural gene affect the amino acid sequence of the polypeptide that is encoded by a gene? This is the question. So, this table here describes the possible effect of point mutations. Silent mutations are those that do not alter the amino acid sequence of the polypeptide even though the nucleotide change has changed. Because the genetic code is degenerate, silent mutation can occur in a certain base within a codon such as third base, so the specific amino acid is not changed. In contrast, missense mutation are the base substitution in which an amino acid change does occur. An example of missense mutation occurs in the human disease known as sickle cell anemia. This disease involves a mutation in the beta globin gene which alters the polypeptide sequence, so the 6th amino acid is changed from glutamic acid to valine. So this I will show you in the next picture. Now come to the again back to this table. See, now we come to the nonsense mutation that involves a change from the normal codon to the stop codon. This terminates the translation of a polypeptide earlier than expected, producing a truncated polypeptide. When a nonsense mutation occurs in a bacteria operon, it may also exhibit the expression of downstream genes. This phenomenon termed as polarity is described in solve problem S4 at the end of uh, integrity. Finally, frame shift mutation involves the addition or deletion of a number of nucleotides that is not divisible by 3. Because the codons are read in multiples of 3, this shift the reading frame. The translation of mRNA then results a completely different amino acid sequence downstream from the mutation. Except for silent mutation, new mutations are more likely to produce polypeptides that have reduced rather than enhanced function. For example, when a nonsense mutation produces polypeptides that are substantially shorter, the shorter polypeptides are unlikely to function properly. Likewise, frame shift mutation dramatically alter the amino acid sequence of polypeptides and are thereby likely to disrupt function. Missense mutations are less likely to alter functions because they involve a change of a single amino acid within polypeptide that typically contains hundreds of amino acids. When a missense mutation has no detectable effect of protein function, it is referred as a neutral mutation. A missense mutation that substitute an amino acid with a similar chemistry as the original amino acid is likely to be neutral or nearly neutral. For example, a missense mutation that substitutes a glutamic acid for an aspartic acid is likely to be neutral because both amino acids are negatively charged and have similar side chain structure. Similar mutations are also considered as a type of neutral mutation. Now we come back to the sickle cell anemia example. Say this single amino acid substitution alters the structure and function of a hemoglobin protein. So one consequence of this alteration is that the red blood cells assume a sickle shape under condition of low oxygen. So in this case, a single amino acid substitution has a profound effect on a phenotype of cell, even causes serious disease. See here, this glutamic acid shown is changed to the normal uh, human contains this glutamic acid, and the patient having this valine instead of glutamic acid. This is very good example of missense mutation. Now we move to gene mutations can occur outside of the coding sequence and still influence the gene expression. So thus far we have focused our attention on mutation in the coding region of a gene and their effect on polypeptide structure and protein function. In as we know, various sequences outside the coding sequence play important role during the process of gene expression. A mutation can occur within non-coding sequence and thereby affect gene expression. So, for example, a mutation may alter the sequence within a core promoter of a gene. Promoter mutation that increases transcription are termed up promoter mutation. Mutation that makes a sequence more like the consequence sequence are likely to be promoter mutation. In contrast, a down promoter mutation causes the promoter to become a less likely to sequence, decreasing its affinity for regulatory factor and decreasing the transcription rate. Thus far, several genetic terms have been introduced that describe the molecular effect of mutation. Genetic terms are also used to describe the effect of mutation relative to a wild type genotype or a phenotype. In a natural population, the wild type is relatively prevalent genotype. Many of most genes exist as multiple alleles so that a population may have two or more wild type alleles. A mutation may change a wild type genotype by altering DNA sequence of a gene when such a mutation is rare in a population. It is generally referred to as mutant allele. A reverse mutation, more commonly called a reversion, changes the mutation allele back to the wild type allele. Another way to describe mutation is based on its influence on the wild type phenotype. Mutants are often characterized by their different ability to survive. As mentioned, in neutral mutation does not alter protein function as it does not affect survival or reproductive success. A deleterious mutation, however, increase the chance of survival and reproduction. The extreme example of this mutation is lethal mutation, which result in death to the cell or organism. On the other hand, a beneficial mutation enhances the survival or reproductive success of an organism. In some cases, an allele may be either deleterious or beneficial depending on the genotype and or the environmental condition. An example is the sickle cell allele. In homozygous state, the sickle cell allele lessens the chance of survival. However, an individual who is heterozygous for the sickle cell allele and wild type allele has increased chance of survival due to malarial resistance. Finally, some mutations are called conditional mutant because they affect the phenotype only under a defined set of conditions. Geneticists often study conditional mutations in microorganisms. A common example is a temperature sensitive mutant. A bacterium that has TS mutation grows normally in one temperature range, that permissive temperature range, but exhibits defective growth at a different temperature range. The non-permissive range, for example, the E. coli strain carrying a temperature sensitive mutation may be able to grow from 33 to 38 degrees centigrade but not between 40 to 42 degrees centigrade, whereas the wild type strain can grow as either temperature ranges. Now we move to our discussion in the chromosomes. So thus far we have considered small changes in the DNA sequence of a particular gene. A change in chromosome structure can also be associated with an alteration in the expression of a specific gene. Quite commonly, an inversion or a translocation has no obvious phenotypic consequences. However, in 1925, Alfred Stewart was first recognized that chromosomal rearrangement in Drosophila can influence phenotypic expression, this eye morphology. In some cases, a chromosome rearrangement may affect a gene because a chromosomal breakpoint, the region where two chromosome pieces break and rejoin with other chromosome pieces, occurs within a gene. A breakpoint within a middle of gene is likely to exhibit gene function because it separates the gene into the two pieces. In other cases, a gene may be left intact but its expression may be uh, altered when it moves to a new location. When this occurs, the change in the gene location is said to be have a position effect. How do position effect alter the gene expression? Researchers have discovered two common explanations. So these two, which I have seen you in figure, these this figure depicts a schematic example in which a piece of one chromosome has been inverted or translocated to a different chromosome. One possibility is that the gene may be moved next to the regulatory sequences for the different gene, such as silencer or enhancer, that influences the expression of relocate gene. The left side figure 1. Alternatively, a chromosome rearrangement may position a gene from a less condensed or euchromatic chromosome to a very high condensed or heterochromatic chromosome. When the gene is moved to a heterochromatic region, its expression may be turned off. This right side one. The second type of position effect may produce a very gated phenotype in which the expression of a gene is variable. So that example I have to show you. For genes that affect pigmentation, this procedure is molted appearance rather than an even color. This this picture shows a position effect that alters eye color in Drosophila. This here the left side depicts a normal red eye fruit fly, and the right side it shows a mutant fly that has inherited a chromosomal rearrangement in which a gene affect eye color has been relocated to a heterochromatic chromosome. The variegated appearance of eye occurs because the degree of heterochromatin formation varies across different regions of the eye. In cells where heterochromatin formation has turned off the eye color gene, a white phenotype occurs, but other cells allow this same region to remain euchromatic and produce a red phenotype. Now, next, the mutations can in germline or in somatic cell, both types. So, now we have considered many different ways that mutation affect gene expression for multicellular organism. The timing of mutation also played a role. A mutation can occur very early in life, such as a gamete or fertilized egg, or it may occur later in life, such as in embryonic or adult stage. The exact time when mutations occur can be important with regard to the severity of genetic effect and whether they are passed from parents to offspring. Geneticists classify the cells of animals into two types, the germline and the somatic cells. The term germline refers to cells that give rise to gametes such as eggs and sperm. A germline mutation can occur directly in a sperm or egg cell or it can occur in a precursor cell that produce the gametes. If a mutant gamete participates in fertilization, all cells of the resulting offspring will contain the mutation. This left side one example. Likewise, when an individual with germline mutation produces gamete, the mutation may be passed along the future generation of offspring. Now come to the right side one, the somatic one. The somatic cells comprises all cells of the body excluding the germline cells. Examples including muscle cell, nerve cells and skin cells. Mutation can also happen within somatic cells at early or late stages of the development. In this example, the right side one, the somatic mutation has occurred within a single embryonic cell As the embryo grows, this single cell is precursor for many cells of the adult organism. Therefore, in the adult, a portion of a body contains the mutation. The size of affected region depends on the timing of the mutation. In general, the earlier the mutation occurs during development, the larger the region. An individual that has somatic regions that are genotypically different from each other is called genetic mosaic. Up to now, we have seen mutations can have a wide variety of effect on phenotypic expression of gene. For this reason, geneticists have expended a great deal of effort identifying the cause of mutation. This task has been truly challenging because a struggling number of agents can alter the structure of DNA and thereby cause mutations. Geneticists categorize the cause of mutation in one of two ways. Spontaneous mutations are changes in the DNA structure that results from abnormality in biological process, whereas induced mutations are caused by environmental agents. So I have seen in both of them are here in this table. Many causes of spontaneous mutations are examined here. See, aberrant recombination, aberrant segregation, errors in DNA replication, transposable element, depurination, deamination, and tautomeric shift, and the last one, toxic metabolic products. While the induced one, that are some chemical agents and physical agents. So overall, a distinguished feature of spontaneous mutation is that their underlying cause originate within a cell. By comparison, the cause of induced mutation originate outside the cell. Induced mutations are produced by environmental agents, either chemically or physically, that lead to the changes in DNA structure. Agents known to alter the structure of DNA which lead to mutation are called mutagents. So first we discuss about some spontaneous, then we come to the induced one. So spontaneous mutations are random. For a couple of centuries, biologists has questioned whether heritable changes occur purposefully as a result of behavior or exposure to particular environmental conditions, or whether they are spontaneously event that may happen randomly. So in the 19th century, Lamarck proposed the physiological events such as use or disuse of muscles determine whether traits are passed along to offspring. For example, his hypothesis suggested that an individual who practiced and became adept at a physical activity and developed muscular legs would pass that characteristic on the next generation. The alternative point of view is that genetic variation exists in a population as a manner of random chance, and natural selection results in the differential reproductive success of organisms that are better adapted to their environments. Those individuals who by chance happen to have beneficial mutations will be more likely to survive and pass these genes to their offspring. These opposing ideas of the 19th century, one term physiological adaptation and the other term random mutation, collectively known as random mutation theory. So, because mutations occur spontaneously among population of living organisms, geneticists are greatly interested in learning how prevalent they are. The term mutation rate is the likelihood that a gene that altered by a new mutation. This rate is commonly expressed as a number of new mutation in a given gene per cell generation. In general, a spontaneous mutation rate for a particular gene is in the range of 1 in 1 billion cells generation per cells generation. An average person will carry about 100 to 200 new mutation in their entire genome compared with their parents. Most of these are single nucleotide changes with a great human genome size. These numbers tells us that a mutation is relatively infrequent event. However, the mutation rate is not a constant number. The presence of certain environmental agents such as X-rays can increase the rate of induced mutation to a much higher value than the spontaneous mutation rate. In addition, mutation rate vary substantially from species to species and even within a different strain of the same species. Before we end our discussion of mutation rate, let's distinguish the rate of new mutation from the concept of mutation frequency. The mutation frequency for a gene in the number of mutant gene divided by the total number of gene within a population. If 1 million bacteria were plated and 10 were found to be mutant, the mutant frequency would be 1 in 1 lakhs. So, the thing we will discuss in the next video, that how this mutation frequency may rise above the mutation rate due to evolutionary factors such as natural selection and the genetic drift. So wait until the next video. So this how this spontaneous mutations, how many types of this? So this can be arise by depurination, deamination and tautomeric shift. So thus far we have considered the random nature of mutation and the quantitative difference between mutation rate and mutation frequency. We now turn our attention to the molecular change in the DNA structure that can cause mutation. Our first example concerns changes that can occur spontaneously at a low rate. The most common type of chemical change that occurs naturally is depurination, which involves the removal of a purine, adenine or guanine from the DNA. The covalent bond between deoxyribose and a purine base is somewhat unstable and occasionally undergoes a spontaneous reaction with water that releases the base from the sugar, thereby creating an apurinic site. As shown in here, this A1, the depurination. In a typical mammalian cell, approximately 10,000 purines are lost from the DNA in a 24-hour period at normal means 37-degree temperature. The rate of loss is higher if the DNA is exposed to agents that cause certain types of base modifications such as attachment of alkyl groups, methyl or ethyl groups. Fortunately, apurinic sites are recognized by DNA-based excision repair enzyme that repair the site. If the repair system fails, however, a mutation may result during subsequent round of DNA replication. What happened? A purinic site during the DNA replication. Because a complementary base is not present to the specific
coming base for the new strand, any of 4 bases are added to the new strand in the region that is opposite the apurinic site, the lower figure 1. See, this may lead to a new mutation. Now we come to the deamination. A second spontaneous lesson that may occur in the DNA is the deamination of cytosine. The other bases are not readily deaminated as shown here. Deamination involves the removal of an amino group from the cytosine base. This produces uracil. As discussed later, DNA repair enzyme can recognize uracil as an appropriate base within DNA and subsequently remove it. However, if such a repair does not take place, a mutation may result because uracil hydrogen bonds with adenine during the DNA replication. Therefore, if a DNA template strand has a uracil instead of cytosine, a newly made strand will incorporate adenine into the daughter strand instead of guanine. This deamination of 5-methylcytosine figure, the lower figure, shows the deamination that occurs in many eukaryotic species. It also occurs in prokaryote. If 5-methylcytosine is deaminated, the resulting base is thymine, which is normal constituent of DNA. Therefore, this poses a problem for DNA repair because DNA repair proteins cannot distinguish which is incorrect base. The thymine that was produced by the deamination of the guanine in the opposite strand that originally base paired with the methylated cytosine. For this reason, methylated cytosine base tends to produce hotspot for mutation. As an example, researchers analyzed 55 spontaneous mutations that occurred within a lac I gene of E. coli, with the determined of 44 of them involved the change at the site that were originally occupied by methylated cytosine base. Now, the third way that mutation may arise spontaneously involves a temporary change in the base structure called the tautomeric shift. In this case, the tautomers are bases which exist in keto and enol or amino and imino forms. These forms can interconvert by chemical reaction that involve the migration of hydrogen atom and a switch of single bond and adjacent double bond. The common stable form of guanine and thymine is the keto form. The common form of adenine and cytosine is the amino form. See? This figure, the above figure 1. So, at a low rate, G and T can interconvert to the enol form, and A and C can change to an imino form. Though, actually I have to change this picture. Okay, yeah, this one. Though the relative amount of enol and imino forms of these bases are relatively small, they can cause a mutation because these rare forms of bases do not conform to the AT or GC rule of base pairing. Instead, if the base is the enol or imino form, hydrogen bonding will produce or promote TG and CA base pairs, so as seen in this figure. The next slide. How does a tautomeric shift cause a mutation? The answer is that it must occur immediately prior to the DNA replication. When DNA is double strand condition, the base pair usually holds the bases in their more stable forms. After the strand unwinds, however, a tautomeric shift may occur. In the example shown in this figure, a thymine base is in the template strand has undergone a tautomeric shift just prior to the replication of the complementary daughter strand. During replication of daughter strand, incorporate a guanine opposite this thymine, creating a base mismatch. This mismatch could be repaired by the proofreading function of DNA polymerase or via mismatch repair system. However, if these repair mechanisms fail, the next round of DNA replication will produce a double helix with a GC base pair, whereas the correct base pair should be TA. As shown in the right side of the figure, one of the 4 daughter cell inherits this CG mutation. Researchers have discovered that several human genetic diseases are caused by unusual form of mutation known as trinucleotide repeat extension (TNRE). The term refers to the phenomena in which a repeat sequence of 3 nucleotides can readily increase in number from one generation to the next. In humans and other species, certain genes and chromosome locations contain regions where trinucleotide sequences are repeated in tandem. These sequences are usually transmitted normally from parents to offspring without mutation. However, in persons with TNRE disorder, the length of trinucleotide repeat has increased above a certain critical size and thereby caused disease symptoms. So this table describes several human diseases that involve this type of expansion, including spinal and bulbar muscular atrophy (SBMA), Huntington disease (HD), spinocerebellar ataxia (SCA1), Fragile X syndrome (FRAXA) and FRAXE, and myotonic muscular dystrophy (DM). In some cases, the expansion is within the coding sequence of the gene. Typically, such an expansion if a CAG repeat, because CAG encodes a glutamine codon. These repeats cause the encode protein to contain long threads of glutamine. The presence of glutamine threads cause the protein to aggregate. This aggregation of protein or protein fragment carrying glutamine repeats is correlated with the progression of the disease. In other TNRE disorder, the expansions are located in non-coding region of gene. In the case of 2 Fragile X syndrome, the repeats produce CPG islands that become methylated. So now we have almost finished this topic mutation, and now we are just a quick view of how this mutagen affect the DNA. So mutagens alter DNA structures in different ways. So since this pioneering studies, researchers have found that enormous array of agents can act as mutagens that permanently alter the structure of DNA. We often hear in the news media that we should avoid these agents in our food and living environment. For example, we use products such as sunscreen to help us avoid the mutagenic effect of ultraviolet rays. The public is concerned about mutagens for 2 important reasons. First, mutagenic agents are often involved in the development of human cancer. In addition, because New mutations may be deleterious. People want to avoid mutagen to prevent gene mutation that may have harmful effect on their future offspring. Mutagenic agents are usually classified as chemical or physical mutagens. Example of both type of agents are listed in this table here. In some cases, chemicals that are not mutagenic can be altered a mutagenically active form after being ingested. Cellular enzymes such as oxidase have been shown to active some mutagens. Mutagens can alter the structure of DNA in various ways. Some mutagens act by covalently modifying the structure of bases. For example, this nitrous oxide replaces amino group with a keto group, a process called deamination. And this alkaline agent, including nitrogen mustard or mustard gas and ethyl sulfonate, this also act as a mutagen. There are so many. See, I have written here, I have mentioned here. So up to here, the mutation topic is finished. Now it is important you know that what is actually DNA repair, because most mutations are deleterious. DNA repair system is vital to survive of an organism. Actually, I have to move next slide. Yeah. Survival of all organism. If DNA repair system does not exist, spontaneous and environmentally induced mutations would be so prevalent in few species, if any, would survive. The necessity of DNA repair system becomes evident when they are missing. Bacteria contains several different DNA repair systems. Yet, when even a single system is absent, the bacteria have a much higher rate of mutation. In fact, the rate of mutation is so high that these bacterial strains are sometimes called mutant strains. Likewise, in a human, an individual who is defective in only a single DNA repair system may manifest various disease symptoms, including high risk of skin cancer. This increased risk is due to the inability to repair UV-induced mutation. So these are the things. Okay, actually I have time is also over. So thank you for listening, students. Thanks to all.